you're a good fellow, I'll let you in on the last 2 chapters I wrote. Remember where we left off last night? Right in the middle of the big fight. But listen to this. In vain, Buck strove to sink his teeth in the neck of the big white dog. Fang clashed fang, and lips were cut and bleeding. But Buck could not penetrate his enemy's guard. Time and time again, he tried for the snow-white throat, where life bubbled near to the surface. Where life bubbled near to the surface. Not a bad phrase, then. What do you say? Hey, you, Buck. Wake up. Aren't you even interested in hearing about yourself? You're a lazy dog. Say, where did you get that terrible scar? That must have ripped you wide open. Now, what a life you must have led, Buck. If you could only speak, what story you could tell? What a collaborator you'd be. Thank you, Mr. Brett.
There's only one little point, Mr. London. Well, I'm not awfully keen about it.
Oh? What's that?
The title you've chosen.
The Call of the Wild? Why, that's a wonderful title. It's the whole idea of the story, sir. I wouldn't change it for the world. A dog reverting to the primitive, just as a human being under hardship and brutality reverts to the wild.
Well, it's your baby. I'm only the godfather.
I'd like to change it for you, Mr. Brett, but that's its name. It was born that.
All right, George. Thank you, sir. Well, shall we go? Sometime you must tell me how it was born. Writing like that doesn't come out of nowhere.
It came out of the Yukon.
And unless I miss my guess, it's going to mark a milestone in American letters.
A story about a dog?
A dog, huh?
Here you are, Mr. Brett.
Thank you, Jenny.
That's what it's about, sir.
It's about life. You said so yourself. It wouldn't surprise me if the critics hailed you as the Rudyard Kipling of this country.
Kip? He's always been my idol.
He was mine, too, until, well, quite recently. Charmian!
Why, hello, Mr. Brett.
Well, you two must know each other, of course.
No, I'm afraid not.
Let me introduce you. Miss Charmian Kittredge and my favorite author, Mr. Jack London.
How do you do, Miss Kittredge?
Oh, how do you do? I'll see you later, Mr. Brett.
Well.
Pardon, did you wish to see someone?
You must excuse me for trailing you here, but I had to ask you an important question that just couldn't wait.
I can imagine why you're really here. I want to apologize to you, Mr. London.
Apologize?
Yes. I was in such a hurry to... I'm afraid I was a little abrupt on the street just now.
Abrupt?
I'm glad you didn't notice it. I have to get to work, but I'm happy you gave me the chance to explain that I didn't snub you purposely.
Of course you didn't. Why did you snub me? Purposely?
But I assure you I didn't.
You snubbed me. Purposely.
Believe me, Mr. London, I didn't.
Purposely?
But everyone says you're going to be a gold mine to the firm. I wouldn't dare snub you. What would Mr. Brett say?
Purposely.
Mr. London, if you're not going to believe me... Pardon me, Miss Kittredge. Mr. Brett wants to see you right away.
And may I offer a couple of words of advice?
What?
Don't go. No, you stay here. Let me go. I'll explain to